It's Tracey and Noelle. They're gonna make you LOL on 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk.
Hello and welcome to 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk. I am your spirit guide, comedian Tracey Carnazzo, joined by my co-spirit guide, Noelle Herzog.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello, we're taking you on a journey today. This is episode 110 of 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk. And I just want to thank everyone that listens because we really like you. And without you guys, we would be nothing. I don't think we tell you that enough.
No, we don't tell you that enough, but we love you like all the way.
All the way. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight. And what you could do for the podcast is just tell one person about it. That's what we want you to do. We want you to tell that one person that you watch 90 Day Fiance with. Just tell them about the podcast. Have them listen, because right now we're up to 7 million listeners. And if you do that, we'll have 14 million listeners. Can you believe it? 14 million.
Tracey, that's amazing.
That's a lot of listeners. Also, guys, if you want more of us, remember, we have another podcast called Teen Mom Trash Talk. And then we have even more podcasts. And those are on our Patreon at patreon.com/trash talk podcast. We have unexpected trash talk. We have some bonus content for 90 Day Fiance. We have a podcast called BS where Noelle and I just give you what's on our minds.
We just BS.
It's so informative. It really is. It will change your entire outlook on life. And while we're at it, I have some great news.
Tell me.
I'd like to share with the group that we will be on stereo again this Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's the Stereo app. It's amazing. And we're going to be doing the Trash Talk after show. And you guys can be involved because you're going to be asking us questions live on the Stereo app. Anything that we forgot to talk about on the podcast, anything that you guys want to know, any questions, any comments, we're going to be listening to them all, answering everything, and having just the best time of our lives on the Stereo app. And the link will be in the show notes to download the Stereo app. Exciting?
I mean, I love show notes, number one. Number
You
two,
love
I love stereo. Every week, I'm like, is it Wednesday yet? I'm ready to talk to Tracey.
I know. Someone to me said today, they were like, oh, I need to catch your show tonight. And I was like, what show?
What did I forget?
I was like, is it Wednesday already? Is it Nudie Magazine Day? Do you remember that?
No, I remember, like I said, Bat Kid, the Bat Child.
Yes,
the news.
that's the only thing that you remember. Yes, okay, cool.
Uh-huh.
So guys, join us on Stereo, join us on Patreon. And this is season 8, episode 12 of regular, straight up 90 Day Fiance.
It's about time. I can't deal with the bears all, the this, the other way, the this, the that. I just need regular.
Yeah. Okay, can I tell you the truth?
Yeah.
I feel like I would be more invested if they showed us, like, you know how 16 and Pregnant, it's the same girl and it's her journey from start to finish?
Yes.
I want that.
Like every episode, a different couple journey, start to finish?
Yeah, and then at the end, like an update.
Oh, I wish.
I really wish that, because this is like dragging it out like nothing. All right, so let's talk about Hovey and Yara.
As I wrote his name down, I'm like, Hovey.
Hovey. I just write it with an H now, so I just remember to pronounce it correctly as Hovey. So she's still mad that he left her alone at the party, and she wants him to stop drinking. And he's like, you act like I drink a lot. She's like, I mean, you drink every day.
He's not being nice, like at all.
He's just Jovi's being Jove.
I know, but the thing is, okay, so this scene where they're at his parents' house,
yeah,
her face is very swollen, and it makes me feel like she's very pregnant. Like it was like the shooting is choppy.
Interesting. Okay,
yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah,
we don't know how far along she is. So she did say that he drinks every day, and he said that he will, and this is a quote, try to be more caring.
But what does that mean?
He's just going to try and just see what happens, but he can't promise anything.
I can't promise I'll care about you more, but I'll try to.
Okay, well, I mean, I'll try not to cheat on my husband. I don't know what to tell you. I'll try to make dinner every night, but, you know.
I'll try not to move to the Ukraine.
I'll try not to poison you. I don't know what to tell you. I'm going to try my hardest, but, you know, whatever happens, happens.
Such is life. We'll see what happens.
So now it's the morning. They're with his family, and we find out that the apple It's right there next to the tree.
Uh-huh.
Because they ask his father if he had a good time at the party, and it turns out, I know that you guys are shocked, he blacked out.
But it's like, just do better. Do better. Why do you have to black out at every occasion?
He's like, guys, you know that this is a Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday kind of thing that I like to do.
I take Fridays off.
So he's like, did you remember that, she's pregnant? And Gwen is pumped.
Yeah, she's very excited.
And Jovi's like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's kind of like, I just want to let you guys know, like, this was an accident baby.
Right. Like, he can't even be like, yeah, I'm excited for the baby. He's just like, eh.
But it's weird because he was prepared for a whole baby before.
Right. So maybe honestly, though, guys are weird and they don't speak their mind. Maybe he's afraid to get his hopes up. I mean, it could be.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she wants a small wedding, just the two of them. She just wants to go to Vegas. And she's like, listen, his mom got her big engagement party. His dad got to black out.
Right.
Why do we have to, I told you I don't want to, have a real wedding. We're just going to go to Vegas, just me and him. I think that's fair.
I think it's fair, too. And I think that Gwen needs to back off.
For sure. So, and then his father's like, do you really want to marry this girl? I mean, he didn't say that, but he did.
He implied it. Also, his father, another one. He's hard to look at. I'm over it.
Oh, dear. Okay. So they have to get married in 2 weeks.
Right.
Because there's only 39 days left of her visa, but he's going to be going away again. So now they're out.
I feel like he just got back.
I mean, listen, I think that the best thing that could ever happen to Yara is that he's gone for extended periods of time.
Seriously, it's a vacation. It's a vacation from your vacation.
It's a vacation from your alcoholic baby daddy.
Yes.
Just start off life on the right foot. So they're out in New Orleans and, there's Mardi Gras masks and, she's asking about what it is. And he's like, yeah, I don't know. It's like you drink like a hurricane and then you black out.
And then you go to church.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, okay. It just seems like maybe there was a meaning behind it.
Right.
He's like, no.
No meaning. You just get drunk.
And she's like, why do they wear masks? And he's like, it's just to hide your hangover. And also, if you assault a woman on the street, you just want to, kind of be in disguise.
Right. You're incognito. That's what it is.
Yeah. Because also you're going to be showing your boobs on camera. So you want to just, hide your face so that no one from church recognizes you because everyone goes to church immediately after the party.
I like that she tells him, I'm too pretty to wear this mask. Good for her.
I know. And she's like, listen, I don't want to live here, but actually you fit in here perfectly. So she's calling him trash, which was hilarious.
She's so good at these little
the
insults
jabs
to him. Yeah, she's very good.
Very backhanded. So now she wants to move, but they have 9 to 10 months on the lease left. And I don't think that's a bad time frame.
No, neither do I.
Because it's you don't want to move when you're pregnant.
Right.
I think that also when you have a little baby, they just sleep in your room.
Right. Exactly. They don't need their own room right now.
No. So I think that it's good if you have the baby, see how it is, and then figure out where you want to live.
Sure. I agree.
So she's like, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll be in the Ukraine. We'll see where we're going to move.
And then he's like, why do you keep saying that you want to be in America? And she's like, I don't, though. I'm here for you.
I've never said that. She's like, I love the Ukraine. I had a very good life there. She's like, I had friends and family that loved me and were nice to me. And
we're hammered all day long.
Right. And he just doesn't pay attention to her, but he's going to be trying harder.
Okay. Well, he's going to see if he can care more. He's going to try to care more.
He definitely is. And let me tell you something. Different lifestyles really can wreak havoc on your skin. Until apostrophe, because apostrophe makes it easy to see a board-certified dermatologist online, and you'll get treated immediately, and your medications are delivered to your home. So what you do is you simply fill out apostrophe's online questionnaire about your skin concerns and medical history. Then you just snap a few selfies, and your dermatologist will get back to you with a customized treatment plan tailored just for you.
I love apostrophe. I sent the picture in of my skin, and it was I didn't even have to talk to a doctor. It was here you go. Here's my skin. Then they just recommend something.
And they also follow up with you, and they're like, how is it going? Do we need to change anything? The best part is that apostrophe offers topical and oral medications, so you can treat your acne from the inside out or the outside in. But, you could treat all different things. It's not just acne. You could reduce dark spots. You could improve skin texture. Anything that you want to address, you can do on Apostrophe. You can get $15 off your first visit with a board-certified dermatologist at apostrophe.com/trash talk. Use our code trash talk. This code is only available to our listeners. To get started, go to apostrophe.com/trash talk and click begin visit, right? Then you use code trash talk at sign up and you'll get $15 off your dermatology visit.
Guys, that's awesome. You have to try it.
Absolutely. That is apostrophe apostrophe.com/trash talk and use that code trash talk to get your dermatology visit for $15 off. And we thank Apostrophe for sponsoring this podcast.
Sorry.
Bless you, Noelle.
I tried to do it off the
You
mic.
got a little excited about Apostrophe.
I did. I really like Apostrophe. It makes me sneeze in excitement.
Speaking of skincare routines, let's talk about Stephanie.
Hers isn't going well.
Well, this is her first quote. Are you ready?
Ready.
This is all quotes.
Okay. I mean, she's full of quotes this episode.
I was going to have Ryan propose to me.
It's like, wait, what?
Is that how the proposals work?
Yeah, I mean, if I had known, I would have been proposed to many times before.
Yeah, I'm probably just going to make him marry me.
Right. Like, I'm just going to make him. I was going to have him do it.
For 15 watches, he said that he'll marry me.
15 snakeskin watches.
Okay, so there's an I love you balloon. She
Yes.
steps on the balloon. She cannot pop it because she is drunk. So now she stabs it. Now he's not there.
No, she's just stabbing it for herself.
And then we zoom out to see her mental illness ponytails.
Okay. There is something all the way wrong with her, right? Like, this
All
isn't just
the
me.
way.
Okay.
She looks like something bad happened to Barbie. Like, almost like, I don't know if this has ever happened to you.
Okay.
Although the weather in New York can get very frosty.
Yes.
We do have some severe summers.
Yes.
And if you've ever left a Barbie doll, but like an off-brand Barbie doll.
Like a Farbie doll?
Yes, like the 99-cent store Barbie dolls. If you've ever left that in the back seat of your parents' car on a very, very hot day.
And it almost melted?
You come back to something that looks very, very remnant of Stephanie.
It's like... It's funny because I'm picturing this too.
Like it's almost like when you blur your eyes, you're like, I guess that's my Barbie doll.
Right, like unfocus your eyes.
Right, and then you look at it and you're like, oh, something bad happened to it.
Who left it in the backseat of the
Someone
car?
left it in the back seat. Jeez. She's slurring about missing her cats.
I miss my cat more than him, so I don't miss him at all. I don't miss Ryan at all. I don't miss him at all.
Just left. He just left.
Yeah, also, like, he doesn't like you and you know that.
No. So now we see Harris. Harris looks just like Azan to me.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
Right?
You're right. He's
very
very
similar
oil
look.
slicked.
So she's gonna see Harris,
Right.
and she needs him to stay a few days so she could be comforted. So she goes outside to meet him. She takes her lipstick purse.
Yep. She has very interesting purses on this trip.
Okay. I feel like, again, this is a replica of something that's very expensive. She is losing. This is not the correct audience for these bags.
No, it's really not.
Something is being lost here. And I think she's wasting a lot of money. I think that not only the viewers, myself included,
Yes.
also Harris and everyone at the resort would be more impressed with just a really nice, like, loose tote.
Yeah, I mean, I would be impressed with, like, normal hair,
Right.
non-melted skipper doll. Yes.
I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. And she looks at him, and this is another quote. Thank God you're here.
He took planes, trains, and automobiles. to
Okay,
get
so
there.
we find out that he is a farm worker. And when he first met her, he offered her a coconut.
Which, listen, yeah, you could win me over that way.
Okay. To be totally honest with you, if you were a farm worker that had access to coconuts and I was nearby
Yeah.
and you wanted to woo me, you would take the coconut, you would open it for me, and you would offer it to me.
You would woo me that way.
That would be the proposal.
Yes. I'll take it.
But also, what is did she meet him first?
Okay, that's what confuses me. Or she almost made it like she was with Ryan and then she randomly met Harris. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, is this his family's island where only his cousins are
That's what
farming?
I don't understand. Like, how would she happen across him? He's so far away. Like, I don't understand that.
Here's another quote.
Oh, here we go.
You're such a good friend.
Mm-hmm. You're such a good friend that I wanted to lay the pipe on me.
All right. So now 4 hours on a bus.
Mm-hmm.
2 hours on a boat.
Mm-hmm.
Is this Paul getting to Carini in Brazil?
That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm thinking, like, does he have a mesh over his peach?
Is there poop water on the boat?
Ew. Gross.
Noelle,
Mm-hmm.
planes, trains, and automobiles is exactly what happened. I thought, like, okay, to be totally honest, you know how, like, you picture something in your head?
Yeah.
Okay, so when I heard about this whole situation, I was like, oh, they all, like, him and his family probably all live like 5 minutes from this resort.
Mm-hmm.
And they all, like, you know, he walks to work.
It makes sense because the last episode when he was like, I'll come see you tomorrow, I was thinking, like, why can't he just go there now?
Right.
And now it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, because he had a voyage.
He had to drive and fly and swim.
He's like, and then I just swam 50 meters to shore. But I don't understand. So is this not the resort that her friend owns that Ryan works at?
Right, but I thought it was.
Did she fly and boat him there too?
Yes, she did.
I'm so confused. Also, he was calling an Uber to leave.
But that's the thing. I need more backstory.
Is this an island that they're on?
I don't know.
What is happening right now?
Right.
Because if he had to take a boat, that means he's not on the same piece of land.
Right. She's in Belize, right?
Yeah. I don't know.
Is Belize islandy? I don't even know.
It seems it.
Yeah. It seems like there's just a lot of islands, I guess. Yeah.
So she meets up with Harris and tells him that it's over with Ryan. And he's like, listen, I told you from the beginning that Ryan is terrible.
Listen, he is ready to swoop all the way in, but I think he's smarter than Ryan. He's not as young.
He's way smarter.
Yeah, he's not as young and, like, what's the word? Like, explosive almost. Like,
sure.
He'll take her.
He's more even keeled.
Yeah, he'll take her drama to get to America, unlike Ryan.
Right, but he'll also woo her.
Oh, he's gonna woo her all the way home.
So she's talking to him with her eyes closed.
Mm-hmm, all the way. Mm-hmm.
And she says, here's another quote. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate you, right, Harris?
I couldn't wait for you to do this. I
She's
knew
like,
you were going to do this.
I just like to call him Rye Harris because, like, the first time I saw him, he gave me a coconut. And when I was home in Michigan, I usually eat coconuts on rye bread.
So it's a Rye Harris.
Yeah, and I just was like, next time I'm gonna put Harris on some rye bread instead of a coconut. So that's why I said Rye Harris. Sorry
Gross.
about that. So now they get into her villa, and she is slurring hard.
Yeah, she's pilled out. Mm-hmm.
She's taking him. She's like, I'm gonna take you upstairs. I'm gonna give you a bath.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna wash you up before we go for dinner and drinks.
Didn't Wendy Williams do this to Method Man? Like, this just came out. I was reading about this. It was so random.
What did she do?
She I guess she's coming out with like a book or something, but she says that she had a one night stand with Method Man after like they were at like a club or something.
Right.
Her and him snuck out together. She took him home and she gave him a bath, and then they played the sex.
Hilarious. But also, Wendy, good call on the bath.
Seriously, always good call on the bath.
Really good call on the bath. Stephanie does not seem well.
Very not
and
well.
She seems like she really needs someone to talk to, and she chose Harris to talk to. And I got to tell you, that is not who I would have called if I was in Belize having a crisis. I would have used BetterHelp online counseling and spoke to my counselor, because I could have video chatted with her. I could have texted, or I could have had a phone call with her, and this would have helped me so much.
I mean,
because
Harris could have done it on a plane.
Harris could have done it on a boat. I mean, everyone should be using BetterHelp online counseling because the service is available for clients worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
And these are licensed professional counselors. Everything you share is confidential. It's convenient. It's professional. It's affordable. And so many people have been using BetterHelp that they're recruiting additional counselors in all 50 states. As a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting BetterHelp.com/fiance. Join over 1 million people taking charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/fiance. Everyone that we talk to that listens to this podcast uses BetterHelp.
It's really amazing. It's true.
People are like, Tracey, I didn't want to use BetterHelp, and then you made me.
Right, because you just wouldn't stop telling me about it. Uh-huh.
And I love it. Everyone absolutely loves it. Now, speaking of some mental health counseling, let's talk about Brandon and Julia eating this lasagna.
Listen, all right, two observations right away.
Okay, talk to me.
That's the biggest lasagna I have ever seen.
I can't believe it.
Well, it's huge.
How many layers are there? 7 to 14?
This is what I mean. And not only that, they go through half of it within 4 minutes.
Noelle, they eat enough lasagna. It would take me so this is 4 people, right? This is a family of 4 adults.
Right.
It would take me and 3 other adults weeks to finish that lasagna.
That's what I mean. You made me a smaller one for my birthday. It took me a couple of days to polish that off.
It takes a couple of days, but maybe they're feeding it to all of the dogs in cages.
Maybe. Listen, nom 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 nom. Good stuff.
Seriously. Now, Betty,
yes.
she pronounced ricotta correctly.
She did correctly.
And Royer actually pointed that out to us.
I like it. Hi, Royer.
Yes. Hi, Royer. Also, she used the boil noodles, which is, listen, it's a classic.
Right.
But Betty, step your game up. You don't have to use boil noodles anymore. Barilla no boil are the best.
I haven't had boiled noodle lasagna literally since my grandmother.
Kindergarten.
Yes, many moons ago. And then she discovered no boil.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Now, they're putting raw tomato slices in the lasagna.
Yeah, that's where my heart went cold.
I don't know if I hate it.
Here's the thing. I wouldn't mind it, but I think that there's not
Slimy.
enough. Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, the only thing I could think of is when you're cutting that lasagna, part of it is slipping right off because of the slimy tomato.
Sure. Like even when you have a sandwich, sometimes you get like the whole tomato in your bite. Mm-hmm.
Noelle,
yeah.
They should invent, and by they I mean we, here it comes, another invention.
Ready.
Edible glue for tomatoes and lettuce on sandwich. And I'm not talking about mayonnaise. I'm not talking about something to bring it all together. I'm talking about straight up glue.
So edible Elmer's glue for sandwiches.
Glue. Yeah. Just a little tomato glue.
The thing is, guys, like I'm looking at her and she's all the way serious.
Dead
like,
serious.
You're deadpan right now.
Dead serious. I think that honestly, I'm gluten-free and there's so many gluten-free flours that turn to gel.
That's true.
That I think that I could probably make an edible tomato glue tonight.
You know, I bet you could.
Yeah. I bet I could use some like, what's that, guar guar?
Yeah, like guar guar, or maybe like mix it with some psyllium husk.
Is it? No, I think it's agar.
It's guar, or what? Agar. Yeah.
Yeah, guar guar is guar is a band.
Well, there's guar gum. There's something called guar gum. Yeah.
Guar is also like a really cool band.
Oh, I don't know about this really
cool band. You don't know about
band.
Guar?
No.
Okay, can I tell you real quick?
Yeah, I'm here.
Guar is this crazy metal band, right?
Uh-huh.
They dress up in these insane monster costumes.
Uh-huh.
And you go to their shows and they throw fake blood on everyone. If you go to a Guar show, you are covered from head to toe in blood.
Okay, I would go to that. That sounds fun.
It's very fun. I like that. I used to dabble in some Guar. I worked a little bit for their label for a little while.
And it's funny because I like all music. I don't know about this Guar.
Okay, I'm going to tell you why you do know about this.
Tell me.
Are you familiar with the movie Empire Records?
I'm very familiar.
Okay. Do you remember when Mark takes an edible and he's watching a music video and they're like, Mark, why don't you join the band?
Yes.
That's Guar.
Yep. Yes.
And then all of a sudden he's in the band.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Mm-hmm. That's Guar. Classic. Classic band.
Oh, got you. Okay, what a good movie. Speaking of classics.
God, it's so good.
If
you guys love classic movies, you guys could check out the Recapping Gown podcast. I was on for the Clueless episode. Noelle was on for Can't Hardly Wait.
Mm-hmm.
So check that out. Okay. Also, they have to go for their wedding license.
Yeah. Okay. So
Their marriage license.
So I guess they have to go because they think because of COVID. I don't know.
Right.
They can't have the wedding, which is basically everyone's dilemma in this episode.
Exactly. So they said that everything will be okay in 30 days. That's what Betty and Ron say.
LOL.
Hello, Betty and Ron. This is Tracey and Noelle from the future.
Right. Everything is not okay.
It is 350 days later.
Uh-huh. Yep.
And 500 million billion people are dead.
Yeah. You have severely underestimated Betty and Ron.
Just saying. So now they're going to go wedding dress shopping. And Brandon and her are just going to go, but Betty wants to come too. And yeah.
Okay, I don't like Julie and I don't like Brandon. Like now they're assholes. They are.
She's being like straight up mean now to Betty.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And it's like, you live in her house and she's trying to be nice to you. She's like, I don't have a daughter and I want to do this with you. And
so
usually
nice.
like, you know, the tradition is that you don't go with your husband because you don't want them to see you. And she's like, maybe I'll go to a different store so I don't see you there.
But that's what I mean. Like every episode she's been a nasty.
Snarky.
And this is getting worse. Mm-hmm.
Snarky. Okay, so now they pull up to dress shopping and he's like, oh, look, my mom's already here. And she's like, oh, should we go somewhere else?
Bitch. She makes
also,
me so angry.
She has a mask around her neck, but no one else has masks on. And she also doesn't have a mask on.
I know. So what's the point? What's happening here?
So they go to someone's house and they go upstairs.
Okay, this is what I don't understand. They go to one room.
So they go to the wedding dress room.
Right. Uh-huh.
There's 12 wedding dresses.
Uh-huh. Not much variety. Mm-hmm.
She gets there and she is nasty. So Betty's like, do you know what kind of dress she would like? And she goes, oh, I'm sorry. Do you work here?
Yeah, she is nasty.
Well, guess what? Joke's on you, Julia, because the lady who works there comes out and goes, do you know what kind of dress you would like?
But great timing. Yep.
It was great. So now they're going to FaceTime with her mom.
Right.
And Brandon tells his mom, stay neutral on everything. You can't have an opinion.
And the thing is, I felt bad because she was like, okay. Like she agreed to it just because she wanted to be there. I know. It made me feel bad.
Okay. The first dress, the plunging neckline with the strapless.
And her chest pimple.
Yes. The chest pimple dress.
Uh-huh. I hate it.
I hate it too. I hate the front of it. I know that you hate the illusion sheer.
I hate I hate the illusion sheer.
I know that. We had and
we had moments with that sheer with my wedding dress.
Okay, so I want to tell you something. So they're FaceTiming with her mom.
And he speaks like good to her.
Okay, so this is what he says to her when it's time to show her Julia.
Okay.
He goes, and then turns the phone. What can you translate that?
No, I can't.
Does that mean something in Russian?
I think that he just can't hide how much like he hates everything about this place.
So they really don't speak the language. So
no.
The second dress, it has a lot of the appliques. Again, I know that we have the sheer problem in the front, but the back is very beautiful.
The back is nice. I just didn't think it was flattering on her. I don't know.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
Well, no one will give an opinion, so it doesn't really matter.
But nobody says anything.
He implies that he likes the other dress and she gets mad, but she also gets mad that he doesn't have an opinion.
Right. Also, it brings out the yellow of her teeth, these dresses, very, very much.
I hate you.
It does.
I absolutely hate you. Yeah, I am liking Julia less because of this.
Yeah,
episode.
me too.
Speaking of
crazy people.
Speaking of people that, I changed my opinion on very quickly.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Natalie and Mike. So they have 22 days left to get married. And this is what Natalie says. This is a quote. I'm not ready to leave America yet.
Okay.
So she calls Svetlana.
Okay. Now, is this Svetlana like number 4 or like is this the same woman?
Okay. I am so confused because I thought Sveti lived right near her and was married to Mike's friend.
That's what I thought too. Okay, I thought the same thing.
But this is Lana in the Ukraine, and I don't know if this is Svetlana number 1, number 2, OG Svetlana. I don't know.
Me either. Okay, good.
But we do know from watching the show that many, many people in the Ukraine are named Svetlana.
Yeah, it's true.
Many. Or is she calling David's ex-girlfriend?
That's what I was wondering. I'm like, who is
we
this
don't
Lana?
know. Is she paying per minute to talk to her? We don't know.
Who knows? We'll never know.
No one knows. So now Corona has hit. Natalie brings up the Sarah issue with Svetlana. She brings up the ring issue with Svetlana. She brings up the baby issue with Svetlana. And this is Svetlana's advice. Now, this is a quote. "You are a very fast girl, I think."
Well, it's like, what does that mean?
Well, I think I'm going to translate that.
Okay.
I think what she means is like, this is too much, like one thing at a time.
Okay. Well, that actually makes sense. Yeah.
So I like that Natalie is like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to block out everything that I think because I need to stay here in this country.
Been there.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase my mind.
Right. I'm going to be a Stepford wife.
Yes. And I'm just going to let him do whatever he wants because I am so grateful to be in America. Also, one of our amazing listeners chimed in last week and let me know cat pee.
What do you mean? Oh,
that's probably what the closet smells like. Cat pee.
Oh, you can never get rid of that smell.
Nope. That's in the trailer.
Yeah,
that trailer is soaked in
That's
urine.
what makes your eyes tear. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Okay. So
her boobs, by the way, are getting giganticer every episode. They're just getting bigger.
Yes, she does have a very supple bosom.
Yes, and her hair too. It's full of
much
secrets.
Bigger. Very full of secrets. So now it's the next day, and Mike is lumberjacking.
Yeah, so with the tiniest axe I've ever seen in my life. I don't know if he's just a big guy, but this is the tiniest axe I've ever seen.
No, he was probably using like my first axe.
Yeah, like a Fisher-Price axe.
Fisher-Price axe. So she's sitting by the fish, making sure they're covering their ears.
Yeah, she doesn't want to scare them.
And she says that she wants to build trust, a.k.a. be phony so she can get this ring.
Okay. Okay.
So she apologizes and she's like, let's start anew. And he's like, thank you so much for apologizing. But I don't think that's what she thought he was going to say. I think she thought he was going to apologize back.
And I think she thought he would be like, okay, let's get married.
Right. So she says we should move forward and bats her eyelashes at him.
Right. But we should move forward as in we should play hide the tamale? Okay.
No, we should get married. And then she says, my visa is expiring in a few weeks.
I mean, it's expiring soon. He better shit or get off the pot. Like, it's time.
They suck face, and she really puts her all into it.
He's like, you're going to break my neck.
I don't like anyone on this show.
No, right? I like Yara. That's it.
I like Yara, and I like Zied.
Yeah, and maybe like Minty.
Maybe Minty. Minty's not terrible.
Yeah.
Speaking of Minty, let's talk about Tariq and Hazel. So first of all, when you spell toe, you get an ice cream cone. And I was like, wait until Noelle finds this out.
Oh, that's why I was like, what are you talking about? Yeah, with Ari.
Yeah.
She's very excited about spelling toe too. I want an ice cream cone.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, Noelle's going to be sitting at her table writing toe. Hello.
I was watching this and I'm like, I could have done this. If I was offered things like this as a child, I would have excelled in school.
You are very food motivated.
I am very food motivated. I am like my dog Dorado.
I understand that. So now they're on the dating site and they're also planning the wedding. Noelle, like when you remember when you were planning your wedding and you were also on your dating site
looking for a third. Yes.
Yeah.
That's
you were
exactly
like,
what
we
I was
can't just
doing.
be married together.
No, we need someone else.
How boring. Honestly, if you were to get I would say a girlfriend, don't get a boyfriend.
No.
It would be good because your husband is away so much for work.
Right. Sure.
Like Yara and Hovey should get a third.
But the thing is, like, I feel like Tyreek isn't even interested in a third. I think it's all Hazel.
Well, okay. She says that well, first of all, she's like, oh, I like this one. And he says that she is a super catfish.
Which
he's like, I reverse searched her pictures. That was so funny.
I love it.
So she said that she wants a girl, not just for sex, for a sister and a best friend.
Right. So why doesn't she just have a girlfriend? Like,
why
are
she
we
just
doing
have a friend?
This? Right. But also, like, no matter who the girl is, she's going to be jealous when it comes to him.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Yeah.
I think that Hazel needs to be more honest and being like, I want a girlfriend and I don't really like you.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Thank you so much for letting me live here.
Right. I'll still marry you. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you have a big American house because my girlfriend's moving in with me.
Right.
Thank you. Don't look at her. So she said that she does not like Asian women. She wants, these are her requirements, brown and not Thai. And I got to tell you, it sounds like a dig to Minty.
Yeah, of course it is. And also because he loves Thai women.
So he says that he's going to holler at Minnie and ask her for some advice because she knows us the best.
Oh, this is going to go as good as his rap career.
I know. And Hazel's like, what do you want for dinner?
She just shuts him down.
Okay, so now they're going to call Minnie. Now, P.S., her name is Minty. He calls her Minnie, but then in the confessional, he calls her Minty. So I feel like there was a point where they corrected him, or maybe Minty did.
I hope so, because, like, I mean, at least call the girl by her right name.
Right? So now he calls her Minty once. And Hazel, smart girl, she's like, go ahead, call her. Let me see how you guys interact.
I like it. Yep.
Go ahead. Let me see how long you haven't spoken to her.
Let me see if I can actually trust you.
Right. So he calls her and he has googly eyes for her. Yeah. And she's like, hi, Hazel. And she will not say hello back. She's like, I'm not sure.
Good for her.
She's very mad at how Tariq looks at her. And she said, Minty suggested, she's like, I think that you guys are looking for something different.
You think?
Hazel's like, yeah, I'm not looking for anything different. I just hate everyone who's Thai because of you.
I mean, but okay, what is the point of this phone call? Like, what is it? This has to be for the show.
I hope so. So now Minty loves Tariq.
Yes, all the way.
Hazel's being really mean. And Minty's like, you don't want to be friends with me? She won't answer. And then she's like, oh, do you want to fight me? Now, here's the thing. Coronavirus, America, Thailand. I think we're safe.
I think so, too.
What do they mean, help them find a third? What does that mean?
Like, is she going to mentor them? Like, that's what I don't understand.
I don't understand it either. And then she says, why not me?
Because you don't live here. I mean, let's just start with that.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah.
Also, I don't like you. I hate you. So
yeah, also,
Hazel's
I don't think you're going to get
jealous.
Hazel to say yes to this.
No. And Hazel said that was a complete excuse to call Minty.
Which
right.
It was. Yep, it was.
All right, let's talk about Rebecca and Zied. Tons of quotes. Are you ready?
Why do I like him so much now?
I love him. I think that we should be friends with him.
Yeah.
I want him on the podcast.
That's it.
I want him on the podcast. So
Me
now
too.
He discovers the dishwasher.
I love this. This is the best part of the whole show.
He goes for the clothes, but not for the chicken. No.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I wrote down.
He's amazing. So now Corona has hit. He's very bored, but she's going to take him, I guess, to the park on her day off.
But that's what I mean. Like, what's happening? What is this?
So it's pouring out and she rented a cabin. What about you guys take a ride to the storage space?
Yeah. How about that? I'm convinced that there's no storage space.
There's no storage
there
space.
There just isn't.
So they're going to see a wedding venue. She's like, isn't it amazing that this is also a wedding venue and it's also where I rented the cabin? Isn't that weird?
Isn't that crazy?
He's like, oh, it's so beautiful. So she says, I want to take tour, but not like normal.
Okay. Why does she talk like this? Why?
Her English is progressively getting worse.
It is. And his is getting better.
Did they do a hysterectomy or a brainiectomy?
Or a lobotomy. Right.
Because I don't know what's happening with her speech. So they're going to have a horse and carriage.
Meanwhile, she's like, I hope this horse doesn't tell Zied that I rode this carriage with my ex. That's all I was thinking the whole time.
I hope Pendragon can keep his mouth shut. And Zied is like, Pendragon is so handsome.
So beautiful.
And then she says, I love the smell of horses.
Okay. Right. Help.
Can you explain the smell of horses, Noelle?
Okay. The smell of horses is the smell of manure.
Poop. It's
yeah,
poop.
That's all
Now,
it is.
also, they're taking this carriage ride and you can't even hear anything because you just hear hooves.
Yes.
The sound team really did not think that out.
Mm-mm.
And then Zied explains, I need for married quickly.
Right.
And then Rebecca says, I'm just disappointed that Zied is willing to settle so quickly, ... to have a court wedding.
It's like, okay, so she wants to have a wedding and he's like, because of Ramadan and because I don't want to wait, see what happens because of Corona.
Sure.
So
right,
like,
let's just
get
do
married.
This.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Well,
This
she's
is
been
her
married.
4th marriage?
She's been married 3 times, but honestly, Noelle, she said it feels like the first time and it's also the last time.
Yeah, sure.
It's
Jan.
also the second time and it's also the 4th time, but it feels like the second time and a little bit like the 3rd time.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That makes sense.
Just saying. So now Zied gets in big trouble for playing with the matches.
I know. She's like, stop playing with the matches.
Enough, Zied. Or you're going into your room. I don't care. So she's like, look, Zied, hot tub. And he's like, okay, Rebecca, how about this one? Jacuzzi.
When they're sitting there, okay? Now, I only saw it for 1 split second.
Ooh. Would you
She was holding a mold a penis kit. Like she's
dear.
I saw it literally for less than a second.
Okay, well, this is a new challenge. If anyone is listening to this, which everyone is, go to our Facebook group, take a screenshot of her posting this, of holding this inappropriate gag gift.
Yes, because I
Okay.
bet she was going to use it.
Okay, well, she wants a big wedding and he wants a couch.
Right. Okay. Same.
He's like, I would like a kitchen table.
Yeah. Right. Like I would like, I don't know, a coffee table, a
Anything.
couch.
I would like a lamp.
Oh, I'd like a lamp. I'd like
He's
a
like-
bed frame.
He's like, I'm tired of wearing this miner's helmet in the house so I could see.
With the
Can we
flashlight.
please get a lamp?
Yeah, it's time.
Okay, so was it her? I think it's her that
What?
said they're going to have a wedding, quote, and have so beautiful time.
Yeah, no, that was her.
Okay, yeah, that's great. I'm just glad. So he explains that he wants to get married before Ramadan
Right.
and she doesn't want to rush, but Corona. And then he gets in trouble again because he was raising his voice.
But he wasn't though.
Well, he said that they can't live together unmarried during Ramadan, but this is the first he mentions it. Do you think this is Zied's way out? I feel bad for him.
Okay, yes, because I feel like, don't you think this is weird? He wouldn't have mentioned any of this before.
Okay, but also he's living with her now, so clearly he isn't so religious.
Yeah.
But I like how he's like, oh, I can't live with a woman anymore.
Suddenly.
It's again, I got more religious. Sorry about that.
No, you're right. It's pretty funny. You're right.
All right. Well, let's talk about a not real couple that's probably never met in their whole lives.
Okay, they're not real, right? This isn't real.
There is not. Amira
Okay.
and Andrew. This is
Okay.
July 2020. Yawn. They have 25 days left on the visa. She's like, I spent 3 days and 2 nights in detention in Mexico. And he's like, oh, wow. He's like, I spent 14 days and 13 nights in Riviera Maya. It was beautiful.
He was touring. He was swimming.
So
he was doing all
exciting.
this stuff.
So she goes to see her dad and she tells him about the plan to go to Serbia. And he's like, hey, listen, are you looking for a job? And she's like, oh, no, Dad, I'm actually. So here's the thing. Andrew said he's going to get a storage crate.
Right.
And he's going to pack me in it. I just need you to seal it up and bring it to the shipping place. And he's going to ship me. It's a cargo boat. And although there is no water between here and Serbia, it's going to be a land boat. And it's
I'm
going to
ride a land shark there.
I'm going to ride a land boat. It's going to drag me through the mud, just like Andrew. And it's going to pull me to Serbia. So I'm not going to look for a job. And he says, this is a quote from her dad, "You do the mistake again."
I mean, he's not wrong.
I've never heard something so nail on the head. So he's like, also, there's a Serbian mafia.
Okay,
so,
I mean, these people are also very oily. Have you noticed?
Very oily. There's a lot
family.
of lipstick pudding going on.
Yes, there's a lot of pudding lips.
A lot of it. Now, her dad said that, he just suggests, he's like, I think if Andrew really loved you, he would have gotten you out of prison.
Right, and not went tanning.
Right. And she's like, that is a good point that he did stay at the resort for 14 nights. But he did say that he wasn't sure where jail was in Mexico.
Right.
He's like, right, it was the airport. It was there.
Because that's the thing. She was detained in the airport.
Did he try?
No.
He didn't try.
Mm-mm.
Not even a little bit.
Mm-mm.
So he's very awkward. Very awkward.
He is very awkward. And he's like, I know that he means well, but sometimes he makes me giggle.
Well, he said that he won't speak. Her dad said that he won't speak to her if she does this. Now, Andrew, the next day, he video chats with her, drinking out of a mug with his own face from Zied and Rebecca's merch store.
But that's what I don't understand. And he's like, I don't know if maybe he was telling her that he was going to get it, or maybe she got it for him.
I think she got it for him because it said something on it, but I couldn't see what it said.
Oh, okay.
So it's probably it probably says like Lord Andrew the Great.
Sure, of course it does. Jon Snow.
So they're zooming, and they're going to zoom now with an immigration lawyer, and he is phony baloney to this woman.
He lays it on so thick. It's like,
he's
shut
like, hello,
up.
immigration lawyer. We are so blessed to have you grace our Zoom screen today. Thank you so much.
I'd be like, ew, I have to go. Goodbye.
I know. So now her visa was issued March 12th. So she said, the immigration lawyer was like, what did you say when you got to Mexico? And she's like, I said that my fiance put me in a shipping crate and my dad nailed it shut. And I've been on a boat for many years. And I just got here and we're going to try to get into America. I don't know why they detained me. And the lawyer was like, well, I do think that might have been alarming to the Mexican government.
I think so.
And then again, he's like, thank you so much for saying that.
So helpful.
Oh my God. So now he's like, we were thinking about the Serbia crate thing.
Right.
And this is what the lawyer's like, well, you could probably get it reissued because these are circumstances outside of your control.
Right.
And he's like, well, do you think she'd be okay in Serbia? And this is a quote from the lawyer. You might be okay in Serbia. And Andrew's like, this is so amazing. The lawyer said she 100% needs to go to Serbia right now because they are actually, there's a plane that's going to be taking off in a few days to America for everyone that's a fiance.
Right.
And she needs to go right now.
That's exactly what she said.
And she's scared.
Yeah.
She's scared that he's going to resent her.
Well, because he blames her, and it's like he guilts her. He'll be like, if you really love me.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to, but like, you'll never see your dog again.
Right. You don't have to, but like you're going to live alone and miserable.
Yeah, I mean, you're just going to put pudding and pudding and pudding and pudding and more pudding on your lips.
So much pudding. It's just going to keep spreading.
Just saying. So then he says to her, instead of saying like, I love you, let's talk tomorrow, he says, you contact me if you want to go to Serbia. Click.
Yeah, he's nasty and disgusting and rude. I hate him.
Disgusting. I don't know if we forgot to talk about anything, but if we did, we're going to talk about it on the Trash Talk after show. That is going to be on stereo. And guys, we talked about it in the top of the show, but now you're going to find out how to get us on stereo. So not only is the link right down below in the show notes, it's at stereo.com/Trixie Tuzini. You're going to follow me, Trixie Tuzini, and Noe Girl. And we have a Trash Talk after show every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Stereo is such a fun app where you could interact with us, the hosts.
And it doesn't have to be about the podcast.
It could be about anything.
Yeah,
we're talking about everything that you want to talk about. You guys really kind of direct the show. So we have a fun time. We've been doing it. You could also go over there and listen to all of our past stereo episodes, our Trash Talk after shows. We have a blast. Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is my new favorite time of the week.
Me too.
I have so much fun, and we will see you there. You could also follow me at Trixie Tuesdini, not only on Stereo, but on Instagram and Twitter, and Noe Girl on Instagram and Twitter as well. And you could follow the show at 90 Day Podcast. Make sure you join the Patreon at patreon.com/Trash Talk Podcast. And we'll see you next time, okay?
And make sure you tell a friend.
Tell a friend about Stereo.
Tell a friend about everything, about us.
Okay. All right, good. Bye.
All right, bye.